If you want to make your edits look smooth, professional, and way more dynamic, then learning how to add and use keyframes in CapCut PC and Mac is one of the best skills you can pick up. Keyframes let you animate things like position, scale, rotation, and opacity, so you can create zooms, motion, and clean transitions without needing advanced editing experience. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step in CapCut, and by the end, you'll be able to add motion to clips, images, and text with confidence. And if this tutorial helps you out, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more easy editing guides just like this. Alright, let's jump in. First, open CapCut on your PC or Mac and make sure your project is already set up. Then drag your video, image, or text onto the timeline. Before you can animate anything, you need to select the element you want to work with. So click directly on the clip in the timeline so it becomes highlighted. This tells CapCut that you want to edit that specific media item. Now, look at the upper right side of the screen and open the Properties panel. Depending on what you've selected, you should see tabs like Video or Basic. This is where CapCut keeps the controls for things like movement, size, rotation, and transparency. If you don't see the right controls right away, just make sure the clip is selected and you're in the correct tab. Next comes the first keyframe. Move the playhead on the timeline to the exact point where you want your animation to begin. This is really important because the keyframe marks the starting point of the motion. Once the playhead is in the right position, find the property you want to animate. For example, you can animate position if you want the clip to move across the screen, scale if you want to zoom in or out, rotation if you want it to spin, or opacity if you want it to fade. To add the keyframe, click the hollow diamond icon next to that property. When the keyframe is added successfully, the diamond will turn blue. That blue diamond means CapCut has saved the starting value for that property at that exact moment in time. Now move the playhead further along the timeline to where you want the animation to end. This is the part that tells CapCut how long the movement or effect should take. The further apart your keyframes are, the slower and smoother the animation will feel. The closer they are together, the faster and more dramatic it will look. Once the playhead is in the end position, change the value of the property. For example, if you are animating scale, drag the slider to zoom in or zoom out. If you are animating position, you can drag the clip directly in the preview window to move it somewhere else on the screen. As soon as you make that change, CapCut automatically creates a second keyframe for you. This is where the magic happens. CapCut then animates everything between the first keyframe and the second keyframe, creating a smooth transition from the starting setting to the ending setting. So if you begin with a small image and end with a larger one, CapCut will smoothly zoom it in over time. If you start with the clip on the left and end with it on the right, it will glide across the screen naturally. You can repeat this process as many times as you want. Add a keyframe, move the playhead, adjust the property, and CapCut will build the motion for you. This is great for creating cinematic movement, highlighting text, making thumbnails feel more alive, or adding energy to simple edits. Even a small keyframe movement can make your video feel much more polished. If you want a smoother look, try using keyframes sparingly and keeping the movement clean. You do not always need extreme zooms or fast motion. Sometimes a subtle scale up or a slow pan can make your content feel much more professional. And if you're working with text, the same process applies. Select the text layer, add your keyframe, move forward, and adjust the position, scale, or opacity just like you would with video. One helpful tip is to preview your animation after adding the keyframes. Play it back and see whether the motion feels natural. If it looks too fast, move the second keyframe farther away. If it feels too slow, bring the keyframes closer together. Small adjustments can make a big difference in the final result. And that's really all there is to it. Once you understand how to add a first keyframe and then change the property, later on the timeline, you can animate almost anything in CapCut PC and the Mac. It's one of the easiest ways to level up your editing and make your videos look more engaging. If this tutorial helped, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more CapCut editing tips, beginner guides, and simple step-by-step tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.